Now, in Eclipse you can create HTML, like you have created XML. I'll talk about CSS as well. Okay. So let me first go and create some HTML and then talk about CSS. Now, if you see here, we have created a dynamic, or you say a static web project. So HTMLs are something which are used in web project because HTML is a language that is meant for browser. So browser is someone who will interpret your HTML document, right? And objective of HTML, as I told initially itself, is to do content presentation. So depending on type of content that you are going to use, depending on your layout, depending on where you want to keep what, depending on what should be your home page, depending on what should be the rest of the pages, depending on navigation that you need from one page to other page, you will be using HTML tags. Okay. For example, if I'll create here an HTML page, I'll just go here. I'll write here index. Let's go here, new, and this is related to something else. I'll just go to others, and I'll go to web. In web, I'll have HTML file. I'll just click on next. I'll give a name. Now you see, for HTML also, it is asking that what HTML you want. You want HTML5, you want HTML4. That too, you see HTML4 is of various types. You have frame set, you have strict, you have transitional, right? You have XHTML, frame set, strict, transitional. You have here new facet composition page. So there are various types of HTML pages that you can create. As of now, we will just go with 4.x. Regarding HTML5, I'll tell you once I'll complete JavaScript, right? Because there are many changes which are there in HTML. Ashish is asking difference between XHTML and HTML. Basic difference is XHTML is strict, like syntax is similar to XML. You see here you are using question mark version 1.0. But when you go with this HTML, are you able to see question mark XML? No, right? So XHTML is actually a markup, you say hypertext markup written using XML standards. Okay. See here, I'm selecting this. You don't find question mark XML, but when I go and select this, are you able to see here question mark XML? This is what is basic difference. Is it clear? It depends. If you want your presentation scheme to be strict and it should be validated, you want to write validation logic using DTD or schema. Better is to go with XHTML. It's like a real life use case. You don't have any criteria of selecting between XHTML and HTML, but if you want to follow strict XML convention in your presentation logic, you don't want your developers to deviate. That opening tag is not having closing tag, right? If you want properly formatted markups, you will go with XHTML. So it's not going to affect your business use case. Decision whether I'll go with XHTML or HTML is not going to affect your business use case. It is design issue that you have to consider, that which markup you have to use. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That XHTML is XML rules applied on HTML document. Okay, and whenever you are asking any question, we don't ask privately, ask to everyone, because everyone should know that in what context we are talking. Okay, fine. So I'll be going with 4.1. Click on finish. This is what is your HTML file, which is again divided into parts. Doc type, which tells what DTT it should follow. You see loose.dtt means opening tag is having closing tag or not having closing tag, all that will be ignored. Then you have head, which is used for non-client area and for adding scripts and all. This is what is non-client area. Body, this is what is client area. This content written between body opening and closing is what will be visible to the client on the browser page, right? Now from here onwards, it depends how many tags you know. For example, header H1 to H6. These are pre-formatted tags. Pre-formatted means font size, everything is predefined. You need not specify formatting for this content. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just go here and write 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 6. So these are 6 predefined pre-formatted tags. I'll save it, and now I can open it here. I can run it in my Eclipse itself. So open with web browser. See, internally it opens browser, and this is what is your content. Right? So these are pre-formatted tags. Hello? I'm in session now. Okay. No, I'm there now. I'm taking. No problem here. Only. No, they are there. My session is. I think people are on. Rajni, you have joined twice. Okay. Hello. Hello. Are you able to hear me? Fine. So these are pre-formatted tags which are there in HTML, right? Now similarly, you have to decide what type of content actually you want to present, because content is of also various types, right? You have content in form of text, you have content in form of image, you have content in form of audio, you have content in form of video. So you have contents of different type that you have to project. Okay. It font. Okay, I'll make font. Font of what, Ashish? Font of HTML that I'm writing? Okay, it's not visible. I'll maximize. Now is it fine? Okay, I'll increase the font if you want here. I'll just increase the font. Is this fine now? Now this font is something which is pre-formatted. When you browse it, this is pre-formatted tag. Now you can increase font of this also, but for that we need to use font tag. Is it clear? So now here, assignment that I'll give you for this is, assignment is find out tags which are used in order to add content of different types to your browser. This is what is first assignment in HTML. Okay, fine. Now you have this. There are many other tags like for content, for text representation, like you have P for paragraph. Hello, how are you? This is what is there. I'll just close it. And then P, I am fine. So you have now two paragraphs. So metadata is added, and now this content will be added here in form of paragraphs. You see, paragraph is normally what? Paragraph is normally content that is added by a new line character. So if paragraph 1 is there, it is terminated by a new line character and form feed. Okay. So if I will remove P from there, it will come in one line only, right? If I am removing this P and I am just using plain text, you see, even if I have pressed here enter key or something, it will come in next line. It will come in same line. See. So paragraph inserts a new line character. Okay, for next line. Now sometimes you will like to display content as it is. For example, I want to display this content as it is. So I'll just go here and write free, and you see, I'll just press del here. And now in this I'm writing, you see, some tags h1. So previous, in whatever way content is there, it will be displayed. See, hello, how are you? I'm fine. In whatever way content is there. Yes, you can use pre in order to show the code. Now you see here you are getting a warning also. Invalid location of h1. Okay. So if it is loose, it is fine. If it was strict, it might have not let you browse the page. This is what is difference. Is it clear? Fine. Now let's go and talk about other types also. When you have content which can be represented, or which you want to represent it in form of table or in form of list, you have certain tags which are readily available in HTML. For example, let's start with list. So I'll use here OL. OL stands for ordered list, and within this I will write LI. LI stands for list item. So I'm writing here item 1 LI. Then you can take LI item 2. Now if I just go and save it and browse it, you'll find here content numeric 1 2 1 2. It's ordered list. You don't want 1 2, right? You want ABCD. So you just go here and take type equal to A. Let me write A here and see what happens. See, AB. If you want it in small letters, you can just go and type it A, small. I'll just go and save it here. See, AB. Now, if you want it in Roman, just go and type I, and you will find that content is. Let me copy and paste it. Control C, Control V. I'll just go and save it. Now you see content. This is in Roman. This is what is ordered list, where you can specify order. Similar to ordered list, you have unordered list also, which is UL. UL stands for unordered list. I will not use this type. Let's see the default one. You'll find bullets. You can specify bullets now. You want bullets of different type, you can specify. Circle, disk, square. These are the three options. Just go for square, and you'll find square here. Go with disk. Just go with disk. Want to go with circle, change it to circle. This is how you can specify content in form of unordered list. Right? This is how you will be displaying content which can be specified in form of order. Is this clear? Now comes tables. For table, you have certain predefined one, like table is there, table opening, table closing. A table will have rows for which you have TR. TR opening, TR closing. And first row normally is table header, right? So you can take TH. And you can write here, I'm writing here name, and then TH, I'm writing age, and I'll save it. Let's go and see what it represents. This free, I will delete from here, not required. Just go, see name and age. But you don't have border for table, because by default border is 0. Sorry. So I'll just go here, take border as 1 and save it. Go here. Right, so this is table header. Now we need to have other rows which will contain data. So I'll just go here, TR, take here TD instead of TH, it will be TD. This is what is basic difference between table header and table data. I'll save it. Now you have many tools where you need not do this. You have drag drop option. You can drag and you can drop. Dreamweaver is there. There are various IDs which are already there, which helps you to quickly create your HTML documents. Right, this is how you will be creating table. Then you have certain other utility tags. For example, you want to display something called as H2SO4, which is chemical formula, right? Now this text is written. Now if I just go here, let me keep it in H1 tag so that it is big. I'll go and save it. Just go here. I'm getting H2SO4. So normally, if you see, content is written at the same baseline. But if I want this 2 to go down, 4 to go down, I need to change the baseline of the content. And that we do by just using, you see, here is there, right? I'll go and write sub. I'll take sub opening and sub closing. I'll save it. I'll go here, refresh it. See, 2 comes here. Now similarly, you want this 4 to go up, move up from baseline, so that you can use it in mathematical formulas also. You can just go and use SUP. And this 4 you can write here. Now if I go and I refresh it, I'll find 4 above baseline. This is how you can use different elements, different tags in HTML in order to specify content, right? Now comes color and rest of the things. See, in order to change color, you can use font. For example, I can go here and I can take something called as font. And in font, I can take property called as color. You see, color I'll take as blue. And this content I will write in font opening, font closing. Let's go and see what happens. I'll save it. You see, it comes in blue color. The problem is in HTML4, font tag is not preferred, because if I want all this H1, H2, H3, H4 to have the same style like color, I have to go and add font everywhere, right? I have to insert a font tag everywhere. Okay, so more number of elements when they will grow, parsing that document will take more time. This is the reason why when it comes to web presentation, web designers came to conclusion that they will have now presentation logic where they will think about what tag, and then they will have style logic, right? That what tag in what style, using what style, right? So they separated presentation from style behavior, and that is what they adopted, something called as CSS, right? So when I say CSS, it means what? It is separation of presentation logic from style logic, right? It's clear. So they said that font is going to be depreciated, and now we have to use something called as CSS, cascading style sheet, so that you can have clear distinction between presentation tags and style which need to be applied on those presentation tags. Okay. And second, reusability of style. For example, assume that I want to change the color, and this time I want to use what? CSS. So what I'll do, you see, I'll go to head, and in head I'll take something called as style. Style opening, style closing. And within this I will write style logic. Okay. For example, I am writing here H1, H2, H3. I want in blue color. So I just go and take color blue. Let me go and save it and browse it. You are finding it in blue color, right? So you are able to centralize the style at one place. Now, whatever H1, H2, H3 you will use on this HTML, automatically they will adopt this style. Is it clear? Okay, now Ashish is asking from syntax point of view. I'll tell you from syntax point of view. See, you can have spaces also here. I'll give you space. Let me go and save it. Because unnecessary white spaces are automatically truncated. Okay. Now, for example, I want a style for my paragraph. So I'll go here and write P. Tag is P. I'll take color. I'll take green or whatever color I want. I'll take separator now. I can take here font size also. And I can take, for example, 25. Okay. And then I can take font style also. I can take here italics. In this way, I can add n number of styles which I want to be applicable on paragraph. Now, I have written a paragraph. No, I'll write a paragraph here. So what you have to explore here is more and more styles that you can apply. It is in italics. You can even specify your matrix. So this is now 25% of normal text. Right? Now let me go and specify here 250%, and you see. Percent is a unit of measurement, right? Don't want to use percentage? You can go with PTS, which stands for points. Right? Should the style for paragraph defined in new line, can it also be defined on the same line? You can define it in on the same line, Ashish. I told you, right, that it is it will truncate all unnecessary white spaces. Okay, but good practice is you should always maintain a format when you go for style. Is it clear? Like this is now what we have done. We have separated presentation from style. So this place you will maintain all your styles. Okay. Now what you have to explore is what all different type of styles are there. Like color is there, size is there, then font is there in case of text, right? Various other types of styles are there which you can use. Some of them may be applicable, some of them may not be applicable in your current context. Right? For example, you go with display and you want it to be inline, inherit or something, right? Or you can go with visibility also. See, I'll go with visibility. I'm making it invisible or hidden. So this paragraph will be there, but it will be hidden. Right? Now, if it is not working here, it means that this browser is not supporting. Other browsers, if you open, it will support, right? So when you select style, 2-3 things need to be there on your brain. That style need to be supported by the underlying browser. Okay? Because each browser is different. They may interpret tags in different way. So is it clear? Because now I am going to tell you about what all different ways are there of writing CSS. Objective of writing this was just to tell you that now you see we are not bothered about style here. Everything we have centralized here. So tomorrow if I want to change style, for example, now I want to change my H1, H2, H3 to red. I can do that change only at one place. I need not go and search here where all H1, H2, H3 is there and change the style there. This is what is benefit, reusability. Change at one place and it gets applied to rest of the places also. Okay, I'm coming to that. I mean, that's what I told you that. Okay, fine. Now you see when we write CSS, we think in terms of selectors. Okay, terminology that we use is selectors, and there are following type of selectors that we can use. For example, P is a tag, right? So this is tag as selector. Okay, let me write here. P. There are following type of selectors. Tag as selector. Example is what? P. Then you have group as selector. And this is what is group, right? We have used combination of n number of tags here. This is what is group as selector. Same style you want to apply on a group. Different tags. Then class as selector. You can write style without actually specifying it to any tag. For example, let me go and create a class. Dot. Class 1. This is what is my selector. I'll go here and write color. Let me take blue again because red I'm using. Right? So this is now my class, which I can use for different type of styles. Like I'm creating two classes, class 1 and class 2. I'm writing here color, and I'll take here some color which is there. Right? Now I want one paragraph to be of one color and other paragraph to be of second color, right? So if I go here to P, I'll write, I will tell here now that I want what? style. I'll select here class 1, and second paragraph I can adopt style that I have specified in class 2. See, Amit, is it clear? Did you got answer to your question? Right, so this becomes class as selector. So it's all matter of identifying your selector and then using it. So you have tag as selector, which I have deleted from here, which I'll go and add. You have group as selector, you have class as selector, and you do have ID as selector. No, it's not keyword, Ashish. You can write whatever you want. For example, you can write my style 1, my style 2, my style 3, whatever you want. It's not keyword. Dot is what is specifier, that it's a class. When you use dot, it means it's a style of class. Is it clear? Fine. And now you have ID as selector also. I'll write here my ID. Now actually ID as selector is used when you want one of the tags to have unique style, right? You want one of the tags to have unique style, and that style should not be used by any other tag. Let me go and take it on H1 here. I'll just go and take ID and I'll specify here my ID. Just save it. I'll go to H1. See, yellow, right? Okay. And here you have one more H1, right? Let's go and see color of that H1. What is color of this H1? It's still red, right? Okay. So this is what is ID, uniqueness. It may not be applicable in normal HTML, but when you go with XHTML, once you have used this ID called my ID, I'll tell you, Ashish. Once you use this my ID, you cannot use it for rest of the element. Okay, because we have seen, right, in XML, ID must be unique for each and every element. Okay. Now precedence. Now when you are specifying here ID equal to this is called as inline style. Means along with the tag itself you are specifying style. So local one will precede over global one. So this is something which is global, you can say. Then you can specify tags along style along with tag also. This is called as inline style. For example, I can write here also what I want. I want style equal to, I'll go and write color, and I'll take some color. Okay. Now this is inline style. So inline style will override style that you have specified in this tag. Right. So local one will precede over global one. Is it clear? So instead of writing style opening tag and closing tag here, you can also specify it here. But advantage of this is you can have benefit of selectors, which you cannot get in inline. Inline is specific to that tag only. Is it clear? So I hope that you understand now what is CSS, what are selectors, what type of selectors are there. Names will be different, Ashish, for class and ID that you will have. So you will not have conflict any point of time for class and ID because names will be different, right? And it will understand that class by dot and ID by hash. And it is illogical to apply class and ID on the same tag. Is it clear? Any other questions? I'll come to that. Now, in both cases, if you see, this is called as embedded style sheet and this is called as inline style sheet. Embedded style sheet is something which is embedded in the same HTML document, and inline style sheet is something which is specified in the along with the tags itself. So sometimes we will like to reuse this style. Okay. In order to reuse this style, what we can do is we can just go and externalize it. That we can do by creating an external CSS file. For example, if you see, I have removed that. Now all are coming in natural color except those inline tags which we have written. So here we have taken inline tag. So it's coming. I want to externalize it. I'll just go and create a CSS. Click on next. Click on finish. Rest is same, like you can come and you can just paste it here. There is no problem. And only thing is you have to specify which CSS you want to use, and that you do by using link. And I'll just go and write here test.css. I think this is what is there. Right, this is what is the way. I'll just tell you. Just give me 1 minute. Let me see. Changing now. Right, so this is how you will be using external style sheet. Fine. Any other questions you have, you can ask. You can have multiple also, but you should avoid conflict. In order to know, you can go and see DTD of it. This is DTD, right? And you can go and add multiple. But only thing is conflict should not be there. Otherwise, problem. Right? You can validate this also. Now your focus should be more on what all styles. Color is there, font is there, position is there. Then in case of audio, you will have certain set of styles. In case of video, you will have certain types of styles. So it depends on your content and styles which are applicable on that content. Is it clear? See, class is used when you want to reuse the same style with various tags. Like you want paragraph also of same type, you want H1, H2, H3 also of same type. You can go along with class. ID is used when you want that style to be used only once in that HTML document. If you remember, when we discussed about DTD, I told you that ID is something which is unique, right? Employee ID. This is unique, right? So once you have used E001, you will not be able to use E001 again with employee ID. That's what is advantage with IDS style. Once you have used that style with a particular element, you cannot reuse it with the same element again in the same HTML document. So this is what is CSS, and if you know this much CSS, it's fine. On top of this, you have to just go and grow your understanding or knowledge more about styles which are there and what style is applicable on what. These are font styles, then table layouts, speak header. So there are various, and no one can remember all also actually. These are related to audio. Is it clear? See down here also you can set. Fine then, I'll end the session today, and today's assignment is just play with CSS and HTML, right? Because normally you will have tools like Dreamweaver or various other tools in order to help you in writing HTML document. For example, I'll try here. No, it's not there. Once we will add some server, it will come. We'll get a palette here. We can drag and drop on this also. Here we are just getting source view, not design view. So we'll get design view and we can drag and drop. Fine, that we will see once we add JBoss and all later. But till here it's clear. I'll end the session. Exercise for you is nothing on HTML and CSS, because I just want you to understand what is HTML, what is CSS, and try a bit of writing HTML and CSS. Three types of CSS. One is inline, which can be written along with the tag. Second is embedded, which is written in the same HTML document. And third one is external, which is externalized in a different file. Advantage of external is you can reuse the same across different HTML.